of fun on here because the message will still be the same, but it could probably a little bit delivered differently. I'm a fantastic believer in duplication. I'm a fantastic believer in being part of a team. And the reason why I say that, in my traditional business, we are a team. We have some very, very good things going on there. And within this business, you have to start from somewhere. And the first step is what we're going to go through. Because I personally think this is the most important thing in network marketing. It's how we get started. I've been into so many places where they've just given me the, as you say, the keys to the door, off you go. I know nothing. This is the critical moment for me to that stepping stone to get where we need to get to. So I'm Fitz Spencer. I'm 55 years young. As you can tell, I'm using the serum, looking even younger. So, but listen, guys, we're going to have some fun. We're going to go through what we're through this. My background is in catering. Like I said, I've got a couple of wine bars and things like that. I import wine into the UK. But this is for me it's my pension, because I'm building a business so I can actually grow with it. And it's all to do sometimes with posture. And I can always remember when I spoke to Dave and I said, something's going wrong. It's not working. And I need to do something different. What am I not doing? And what I'm not doing is what I'm going to show you. I wasn't involved. I wasn't doing the steps to the call. My posture was wrong. In other words, I was a secret agent. I was part of network marketing, but I was a secret agent. I didn't tell anyone what I was doing. And when they asked, it was, we never do that. You know, we've come from different captains of industry from all over the place, from different backgrounds. But as soon as somebody else asks us what our side gig is, we run. So today is just to align to get the confidence that we don't need to. So I'm going to go through some training today, and it's about one step at a time. And we need to slow it down a little bit so you can take little bits out of it that is good for you. Then revisit, and then revisit again until you feel comfortable. One of the most important things is about the getting started training. So before we even do things in life, and I can't speak for everyone, I can only speak for myself. What is your purpose? What's your goals? What's your desires? Have you told anyone? Have you got the guts to come out, lift yourself up the parapet? I'm going to lose so much weight. I'm going to run this mile. I'm going to train this. Or I'm going to hit this goal within Zinzino. I'm going to do this. My goal is, for August, I'm running for Crown. I'm going for it. So you can understand about goal setting, make them realistic, make them achievable, but stretch yourself a little bit. Sit down with your upline and go through that. But before we start thinking of social media and everything else, there's basics. And some people still frown upon it because they're gurus in the industry, but I think the basics work. And then basics is get your contact list, because that's the easiest market you've got. And we can go through memory joggers as well. We'll touch on that. I'll touch on that with your upline. But that contact list is like gold dust, and never take anyone off your contact list neither. Because when people say no, they say no because of a reason. They say no because of a certain circumstances. They may be okay. Because when people look at something, they don't see it first of all. I mean, you've got to think about how many times you was approached with this business. How long did it take you to come in? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 times before you said, I'm going to do this now, or even a year, you know? So, and prioritizing things, you've got to prioritize. I'm going to go through that a little bit later as well. And booking meetings, so important, especially following up. So much business is lost without following up. And presentations, get on the presentations, do your own presentations, you know, and who's looking, the follow-up system. We've got it all here waiting for you guys to be part of it. But you have to be coachable. And what I mean saying you have to be coachable, doesn't matter what background you come from. There's a lot of people on here. There's a lot of people in the business are from different levels in life. Some are directors. Some of you've got to just leave that at the door, come into here, understand the business model and interpret that in your style. That's the best way to do this. So just in short, really, within the first 30 to 60 days, there's some key steps that we must try and align and follow. And it's vital. And I'm going to hold my hand up. I didn't hit any of this, what we're going to go through in my first 3 months. I didn't do it. I'm gutted because I should have done it. But when like I said, I had my posture right, I started speaking to Dave and a few others, even have a chat with Nigel Booth once, who's just, because he's a great presenter, Nigel Booth, great presenter. So understanding yourself and getting rid of them demons, get back into this of 30 to 60 days, follow that. Don't bother about all the other little bells and whistles that Zinzino have got. We just need to learn the basics in these 30 days. The good thing what's happened, and I'm just pleased about the people who are coming into this business. I mean, there's a gentleman called Steve Wilson and Greg Johnson. They put what we call our link tree in place. And these guys are bringing so much to the table and sharing it the rest of the team. So how this works, when we get a new prospect coming in, we send this welcome after they get the stuff from Zinzino. But there's a big thing here, and I want you guys need to remember this. I'm only going to say what I do. I never take anybody on if they do not come to me with a date for the training. There's no point, because as soon as they sign up, they're eating into them them days regarding their back office timeline for their 30 days and 60 days, going fast start and silver, which we're going to explain in a moment. So I send them this just beforehand, just before their training. They'll go through that tree link. So when I'm doing the one-to-one training on a Zoom, it makes more sense to them. So if you've not got this or not had this, go to your upline, and it might go to Dave or myself or whoever, and we'll send you this over, because it works. It's a simple, and you can keep referring back to this. This is a great key. And what these guys have put together, it's a must. It really is a must. When you look into the back office, once you go in, hopefully you've run through a little bit of this with your upline. If not, jump on. You can even get in touch with myself. I don't mind spending 10-15 minutes with you on the back office, because play about with the back office as well. Now, as you can see, there's 3 columns here. The most important one that I want you to be aware of at this moment in time is one over here on the left-hand side, under news section, the file library. In that file library, you're going to find lots of different things aiding your business. From the white papers, the product sheets, it's all in this file library here. A bit of all our media stuff. So if it's paper and PDF, you're going to find it in the file library. Once you click on file library, there's some categories come in there, and it'll center down in the center here. The next one I want you to look at in this early stages, it's not on here at the moment, but on your right hand side in the middle, where, if you can see where my mouse is pointed, I don't know if you can see it, it says what you'll see on your back office, it will say fast start. Click on that and you'll see it come up. You'll see the accounts come up. If you're not got there yet, get it with your upline and tell you to run through that, because it's important you can check that on a daily basis, knowing where you are, and I'll explain that in a minute. So all I want you to do at this moment in time for these next it's probably 30 days, remember what's in the file library, so you can be able to grab hold of that, what's in there, and share it to people. There's a wealth of information in there. Someone might ask you, oh, what's in the products for the balance oil? Well, it's there. You don't have to run up to head office. It's all there for you. Now, everything we've got here, I've been in 1 or 2 different marketing businesses before, but I've come in and we're banging on the door we need this. 99% of it is already here. It's here, and there is some tweaks that are coming, but you've got these these tools in the business already. So what you've done, you've invested a business within a box, and if you're going to invest that business in a box, like I said before, let's not be secret agents about this. Let's take our steps, slow it down, and have a look at what we're doing. So you're going to find the Gold Core app. You're going to find, and one of the Gold Core apps, amazing content in there. And I'm going to explain that later on through the presentation. So this what you should have in your box and to download. Which as well, in the link tree, the links are in there for this, for you to go to. Again, as you can see, you've got the Zinzino app. This is what one of the customers will have, the Zinzino app here, reminding you when to take your oils. There's just so much in there. You've got the Zinzino mobile, great tool. The guys, our head office is working on that to make that even better. So that's a great tool for you to download and have a look at. And the other one is as well is our GoCo app. The GoCo app you actually get within your subscription. And I'll hold my hand up. For the first 3 months, I didn't use it. But if you're paying for something, it's amazing how sometimes we don't use it. And I can see there's a couple of smiling faces there that they're not using those yet. I saw you, Gemma. You know, there's a couple of people who doesn't use it. But in that, there's some great stuff. Videos, motivational stuff, and things that's going to, wow, bloody hell, I didn't know that. I need to do this. There's wealth of information in that. So just try it every so often. Spend a day, 30 minutes, just click onto your GoCo app, put your earphones in, find an audio, and listen to it. It will jump out at you. Also, we've got Zinzino.tv. Now, if you go into Zinzino TV, within this background here, wow, what you've got here. So remember, in your back office, anything to do with PDF and files, it's in your back office under files. Anything visual, anything that you want to download, go into Zinzino.tv. Within that, you're going to find lots of different information on our products. Presentations, a lot of the videos go up from corporate on here as well. But the good thing about this, it's open to the public. You don't have to download them all. You can just click the URL link, send that off to someone. You've got if you've not seen it yet, the 3-minute presentation in there for the balance oil, and you can send that to customers. There's a wealth of information again in here. Like I said, it's a business in a box. We shouldn't have to be trying to make our own. And I've bumped into one or two who are making their own little promo vids from scratch with these. It's already here to start off with. So for the first 30 to 60 days, I just want you to concentrate on what's in front of us, because it's already been done and it's done for a purpose, because it works. Duplication, it works. We've also got anything that we do here. This video will go up from the business presentations. We know we have the days we have our business presentations and product presentations. We know the days that it goes up on, which I'll explain later on. We know them days that where it goes, but just in case there's a time slot of you speaking to someone, you don't have to wait for Thursday for the business presentation. You don't have to wait for Tuesday for the product presentation. You can actually jump onto under YouTube and Teams Zinzino UK, grab one of the presentations from here and send it to someone. But this is the beauty of picking this presentation, because when you get used to the different presentations from different people, you'll understand the different personalities that person's got. So for me, Dave is larger than life, he's straight out, he's passionate about what he does. Now, if you've got that same character, send that video and that recording to them. It matches. So if you want someone who's very articulate and how he presents himself, Nigel Booth, you grab his and so on. We've got so many different, as it builds for each character that comes on starting doing the presentations. We've got some from Dr. Ian, who did some amazing product presentations. Now he's on here. Now he may appeal to other people. One of his style, one of his presentations, you've got, this is what this is for. It's not just up to fill up space on YouTube. It's for us to use. And I use a lot of that. You're going to have Dr. Paul Clayton on there. There's lots of different videos from different people on here. So that's a good tool for you to use. And again, our Teams Zinzino, again, you're going to find all kinds of links through, whether it be Facebook, for our Facebook, our One Mondo as well. If you're not in One Mondo, how can I put it? I know there's team members that are not in these groups, and it's quite it's not something the same as Shad. I'd like to see him in there for the simple reason is You're going to get information coming through when there's different presentations coming up, different venues coming up, different functions coming up, conferences. These guys and what they're putting together, and there's a wealth of experience in here as well. Is you're going to get recognised in the One Mondo team, which you know that's run by Marco Passanente. You know, so again, another great tool to go on. So if you've not already in the One Mondo group, try and get yourself into the One Mondo group. It's very important to get into that. Team Zinzino as well, also Team UK, and that's our official UK page. It's growing as well. We need to be in part of that. We need to be in there as well. As the UK grows, we should be looking at these formats. But, and this is a big but, because there's quite a lot of different things that for us to find and use, we need to find the one that works for us, that we can get to quickly on our mobiles and follow. Because Team Zinzino UK as well on Facebook, it's one that is not big for me because I use the other one. So just pick something that's good for you. Now in your box, you should have got your Zinzino Express for Success. This you should always have if it's in your bag. There's a wealth of information in this, and I'm going to go through a couple of slides which are in this as well, because all the chopping the trees down for when we're going through this business, it's been done for us. And it's in this little booklet here to get us started, to get us some ideas from how to speak to people, for planning. It's all here. So when you're planning for your success, you need to actually think about, and you need to sit down, whether it's a weekly basis, a monthly basis. I need you just to slow it down. I do mine every Sunday. So if you've not got this, make yourself a spreadsheet, but this is in back of the Express Starter folder. Now, how I do mine, it's family, my health, my business, Zinzino. Because I have to have that balanced time up. And in my diary, in my back diary as well, it's on line as well, my diary, I follow this, making sure I've got family time, leisure time, so important. However, I did get my wrist slapped because I'm not doing a little bit of the downtime. I need to spend a little bit of time and half an hour here, half an hour there, just to reflect, relax, enjoy what you're doing, because we need to enjoy what we're doing. We really do. So, but planning is crucial, absolute crucial for your day. And if you're planning your Zinzino day, you need to subcategories and priorities in your planning day. So I'm in my office, right, I booked in an hour, 2 hours for Zinzino, but what are you going to do? Is it your contact day? You're going to pick up the phone? Are you going to email some people? Is it your social media day and putting all your social media stuff together? Make sure when you're planning your activity in Zinzino that it's prioritized, that you've got it ready for you. It's in the diary. So I know Monday I'm doing 2 hours in Zinzino, I'm going to do this. So plan and plan within. We've also got our calendar on our Google Calendar. And in there, you're going to find all the different dates and times of some of the local events, I'll say local events, UK events that will be able to be run by Dave, Sue Booth, and the rest of the leaders within the UK. And I've noticed as well, whether head office is doing it, in our back office as well, we've got a diary, we've got a calendar. Some of these are going in there as well, which is good as well. So always check out the things which are in this diary. You're going to have the links which are in there for the different Zoom days. So for instance, we know on a, this needs probably changing a little bit as well. We know on a Tuesday, we've got our product presentation. We know we've got the One Mondo presentation, which is great as well, especially when Marco's doing it as well, it's great. We know on a Thursday, we've got our business presentation overview, and there's more coming on board as well. So always keep an eye on what's going on, and the information what's coming down is vital for us so we don't miss anything. So I can't wait for this now. We're starting to come back out of what class is lockdown. We're going to have some great, we used to do coffee meets up at Gatwick Airport and have our meetings. And soon this is going to be back when we're all back together in one room. I'm hoping Dave and Steve are actually trying to sort some kind of distance training so we can have something again in London, because I'm up there like a shot, because it's a great day. And when you're meeting people you spent the last 3 months talking to each other on Zoom, it's nice to see us in person. So I'm hoping them coffee days and them normal meets are back. Well, the coffee days are, but I'd love to see us in a room again. It'd be fantastic. So imagine you've got your business now. You've got your business in the books. You're looking at things. Now we need to start launching. Now we need to start looking, what's a few steps that we need to do? Well, the first thing of all, start using the products. You wouldn't go and spend £2 million on a McDonald's franchise and you're sitting there eating a Burger King, would you? So we should be using our own products. We should be giving validation to our own products. And if you're coming in with the business and you don't like the products, sorry, you're in the wrong business. We have to validate our products. You may not like the oil, but be honest. You may love the serum, be honest. There's going to be things in our portfolio that we're not all going to like, but we need to get tested first. We need to be looking at what product range that we've got. And the good thing about us, we've not got a massive product range. Hallelujah. We're not walking around with an Argos catalogue. We've got a small range, a powerful range. And the next thing, and sit down, please, get your list together. Get your list. It's so important. We have our 100 list and beyond. Keep adding. You don't have to know them person. It could be the Susan at the coffee shop who serves the coffee. And I'm going to talk about actually engaging with people as well, because that is key for this business. You know, as I said to before, let's not be a secret agent with the business that we're in. Let's start sharing this with friends, family. And I don't mean bombard them. I don't mean be the bore of the party and you're talking about it in Zeno, but drop it in so often. But book your appointments within the next, I would say those who have started within your next 7 to 14 days, try and get some bookings. Help your helpline to help you by badgering them. When I switched on with me and when I made my run, I think I had 3 or 4 appointments with Dave every week. Every week. Bang, 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 bang. Dave, I need you. Dave, I need you. Dave, I need you. Dave, I need you. Because validation and taking yourself out the picture and having a three-way call with someone, you don't have to do anything. You can sit back, see what he's talking about. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, that's good. And you have that rapport, and he knows, your upline should know. And if he or she is new into the business, both of you go upline again. Get the help. The help is here. It's fantastic when it clicks for you. It really is. Right, so there's going to be different ways of you looking at this, you know, the contacting and inbound. But what you've got to try and do is keep your personality within that. So by using the system that we're going to place, you use it to your advantage, use it to your style, you know. Make a list of memory joggers and things like that when you're putting a list together. You know, when you're thinking about how do I contact people? Who do I know? You know, think about when your kid was at school and you dropped off, who was the person you spoke to at the gate? You know, at the sports gym. You'd be surprised the amount of people you know from frontline, and then the next one who are associates. But when you put a little memory jogger and you go through, the memory jogger is easy. Just go through the different categories of careers, go through the different categories of people from sports clubs, and all of a sudden, oh, John, I remember him from when we used to do running or what. It starts getting that list growing, because there's going to come a time when you bump into them again. There's going to come a time when you contact them again. So, I mean, and again, contacting and inviting, use your upline. Use the people and the system around you. It's so important. Dave came down, oh God, I think it was beginning of my time in here. And we sat around my dining table and we said, right, let's see. And we spent a day down here, and I picked up the phone and I started ringing people. And he goes, well, what do you need me down here for? You're doing it. Do you know why I did it? Because there was someone at the side of me and I felt I was not beholden, I was accountable. So find a buddy to be accountable to. Because when you are accountable to your family, look at your kids, you're accountable to your kids. Look at your mortgage, you're accountable to your mortgage. Or get one of those guys to say, even if it's myself, even if it's one of the leaders, I want to be accountable. If you don't see me doing 3 or 4 calls and I've not put it there, give me a slap, whatever. But be accountable to someone and you'll find that momentum going all the time. It really does work. And create your story. We've all got a story. One of my sponsors, one of my partners are on now, which is Ian, and he's got he's got a great story. But I keep slapping him because he's not told it yet, and I want him to say it. I want him to say his story because what he's been through health-wise, it will open so many doors. But know how to create your own story and tell your story, and duplicate that. Duplication is key. You're going to hear that. You've heard that statement before. You've heard it in different presentations as well. So what is your story? Can you scrunch your story into 3 minutes? I have my big one on my page, on my Facebook page and my website. I have my big story so you can see an overview of me, because a smart person doesn't just not want to know about the products. They want to know who they're getting into business with. So if they can understand you a little bit more, and there's some synergies there, they'll want to do work with you. First 10 meetings, the first calls, it's daunting. It's terrifying when you've got to pick up the phone. God, what do I say? What do I say? In the Getting Started training book as well, there's some little text messages and some ideas to roll off. If not, role play. I've had people, and Ian's done it himself, he's rang me out of the blue and role played. Fitz, I'm going to, and he goes through his patch, and then he'll ring me back. How was that? How was this? Role play, make it easy for yourself. Video yourself, tape yourself, listen to yourself. I didn't use like my own voice on screen. I hated it. Listen to me. Oh God, I sound so northern. I didn't like it. But you've got to get used to these. You've got to come out of that little comfort zone of yours. So there's a text message system. Video, leaving video messages it opens up it opens your comfort zone and everything fantastic. I use a lot of video calls, video messages. I film myself on my phone and I send it to him. It works. Why? Because it's personal. It's so much personal. I'm not a big texter myself, I'll admit that. We're going to come a time when we can start meeting and greeting people. We're going to come a time when we can start going into coffee shops. It's here now and meet people. That to me, face-to-face meeting, there's no better face-to-face meetings. So in that book as well, in our Express book, there's a couple of do's and don'ts and questions that are in there. And I'll admit it, in the first 3 months, I didn't even touch that book. Now I look through it and it's simple. I know you're shaking your head, David. It's simple, but there's some things in there you go, God, I knew that. Some of them are just simple. So read that book, it's great. In places where we work, over the past 4 months, the business has grown, and I still think online meetings are going to get even bigger, especially when you're building your business out of your environment, or so out of your county, when you can't go and travel that far. So get used to doing Zooms. Go through your contact list, short presentations, learn how to do your own presentations, your one-to-one, and talk to people. Home parties. I've had a home video party, just some people talking about the products. It's easy to do now. To me, the only things that's stopping us from going forward is ourselves, because there's some fear about what should we do, how should we do it. There's a little bit of fear there. And the only way we're going to do it is by taking that first step. Just go in the flow and go and do it. I didn't like doing videos on my own, because majority of the time when I used to do videos, you go to my other business, 90% of them videos are me and my partner, because I felt lost without someone at the side of me. Now I'm happy. There's a different posture. When you see things working and you see yourself climbing up the ladder, your posture changes, your outlook changes. But we have to start from the basics, and then basics is what we've gone through, the contact list. Learn to do short presentations. Film yourself. If you want to do a home party, do it online. Invite people around when we're allowed to. Social media. Be careful with social media. Don't It's not about selling in social media. It's about attracting people to you. If you don't know how to do that, there's plenty of people in this group who do it very, very well. Jump online with them, you know, ask for them some time. I'll help as many people as I can. I don't care what team you're from, what round you're from. If you're in Zinzino and you need help, if I've got the time, we build, because as a whole, as a team, and if we're lifting and building each other, how strong will Zinzino UK be in 12 months' time, 24 months' time, because we're all bouncing off each other's ideas. So there's plenty of ways of how we work and where to work at. We heard of Marco the other day. He's moved to London. He's moved to London, and he was in a coffee shop talking to somebody. He was a little bit fed up with his job, and he has the mask on, and he made that connection. And the next day, Marco went to pitch for him and see if he was interested in this particular business. So there's always opportunities, but we have to listen to them opportunities. When people moan about their jobs or they're looking for a side gig, you'd be surprised how many people are looking. We just need to slow down and listen. You know, and it is always about scheduling. One of the things that I was not doing, and I've come from a sales background, and what I wasn't doing is scheduling the next meeting. It's crazy. When we talk to someone about this amazing opportunity, we give them the information and then nothing. We don't follow up. We're expecting them to come to us. It doesn't work that way. So my method of how I do things is this. Gemma, thanks a lot. I can send this information over to you. It's 3 minutes long. It's only 3 minutes long. Tell me, it's 6 o'clock now. Can I ring you at 6:15? Or when's the best time for me to ring you back and get your opinion? Let that person answer. And to me, if they say, oh, well, I'm busy this week. Okay, then let's do next week, but I'll send it to you next week. Because the most valuable thing that you've got in your arsenal is your time management. Let's book the next appointment. Don't just give, if this was this information, the old cassette days, if this was an cassette or a CD, there is no way I'm giving this information to anyone if I can't book the next time, because otherwise you're chasing. And that's where it comes quite soul destroying, because you're chasing. Most good people, or most focused people, business people, run off a diary. They run off making a commitment, and that commitment is, I will, if I will you. Great, I'll give you this information. Can I book the next meeting with you? And again, let that ball roll. And if you want to show how to do that, there's a couple of videos. I think they might be still on our YouTube site, but go to your upline and get some help off that as well. Again, try doing some mini Facebook Lives. They're funny. The first ones. Don't rehearse. Just go for a minute and start talking about one of the products, because people like to see the natural and not polished. You know, webinars, promote them. I cannot validate more about going to meetings and events. It's crucial. When I went over to Oslo for the conference last year, and last November, I think it was November, October, November, I came back knowing I'm in the right company. I came back, I need to get my backside in gear, because I met Orion for the first time. He wasn't this massive guru on top of a hill that we couldn't touch. He shook my hand. I had a photo of him. He asked me how I was doing. He knows my name. And it's the same with a lot of the people around there. The events, the webinars, we need to be on them. Why? Because we learn. There's going to be a speaker or someone on that you're going to go, oh my God, I've been doing this for 6 months, and all of a sudden he just nailed it for you. So keep them webinars coming up. If not, perhaps some time, if you can't do the live webinars, get the repeat, get the recording, and business presentations. How to learn to do a business presentation? Watch them. Keep watching them, because you'll be adding what's on the screen and putting your own personality in it. We've got to do them. Download it. It's in your back office. Download one and record yourself doing it, and play yourself back. It's cringy, but it's fun. So, like I say, building relationships as well. Oh, this can sometimes be cringeworthy, because I've seen it in my early start of network marketing. As soon as we meet someone, we're straight in for the kill. We are straight in for the kill to try and explain our business. They're not interested. Let's build relationships within our community network. That's why it's called network marketing. So let's build and create an industry within the team that you're cross-talking to different people. You're talking to different people from someone else's team who you like what they do. Build relationship in your own team as well. Even when you're working with some of the people you bring in, work deep with their team. Build a relationship. It works. Telling you, it works. Build a relationship outside of that, because when you get that confidence, that positiveness will start flowing. And when you look at when you're getting involved with our system, and the system, you can introduce the system, the little bits that you're learning all the time, you can introduce that into your pattern. You can introduce that into when you're building relationships. We have to build relationships. Sometimes, I mean, I was on a plane coming back from our conference, and my business partner, Scott, oh, he's a diamond. We were sitting on the plane. We were sitting on the plane, and he got off that plane. From the moment we got to the airport to plane, he got off with 2 numbers. 2 numbers of someone, because he built that rapport talking to a lady who was a very influential lady as well. Why? Because he knows how to create that relationship build around him when he speaks to people. Now, fair enough, this is maybe your first stab at network marketing. It may be your first stab of coming out of your comfort zone. But it's nice just to listen to people, link arms with them, and take one step at a time. So in your first 30 days, where do we start from? These are the building tools and the building blocks that we really need to endear. And like I said at the beginning of this presentation, I didn't hit this. So I missed out on quite a bit. I didn't hit it. So I just want to get out and get your 4 customers. Now, when we say by 4 customers, that's 4 products really. So you can have 1 person on the health protocol. There you go. There are 3 already. So with the help of your upline and the team and watching what's going on within the presentation, the presentations, what come online, that will align you with some of the skill sets to go and get your 4 customers. Now, your then customers could be you as well. You might, you might get an oil in your subscription, but I might want the Zinzino Bio, I might want the Extend. Well, make yourself a customer. There's it go again. So just remember, the first 30 days, I challenge the new ones who have just started with your upline. Try and do this in the first 7 days. It'll be fantastic. The boost you're going to get by getting this on there before Premier Kit's going through, it's fantastic. And Fast Silver. Now, it is on a credit basis, and it's not just about always going out and getting 4 partners. It's about volume as well. So let's think from your list, how do I approach these people? I'll go and speak to my upline. I'll go and speak to my sponsor. I'll go and talk to some of the other guys as well and see how can I get my 4 partners on board. And I want you to try and do this in your first 30 days. If you get 2, and they could be like gold dust, they could be really ready to rock and roll. But it's important that we don't be secret agents and bring people into the business. But be careful who we're bringing on, because you want your board of directors to be the ones who aligns with your beliefs, your ethos, and your strengths to move the business forward. So what's this going to enable you to do as well? Because you're going to end up what we call ECB. That's 100%. It's going to give you an extra bonus. That's an extra £135 in your back pocket on top of the other bonus that you're getting, because you've hit this at Fast Start. And the company puts that in front for us to, 1, be aligned and be customer centric. Go and get your customers. Go and build your partners. And then we want to make sure we build that up so you're having what we class as X-Team Express. Now, X-Team Express is really 10 customers. That's from your 4, build that up to your 6. So we've had people who have joined and done 10 customers or 10 products in the first 7 days, because they know who's around them, family, friends. They know what's there. They know how to promote that and get people on their products. When it switched for me, I got all my family on it. I made sure they were all on it, on my family, because I could see the benefit. Even though I could see the benefits for myself, I didn't really start going till my posture changed, you know? And by going out and getting my customers, I want to get more customers. My target is to get to my top 100. We'll explain that with your upline, what I mean by top team. But again, there's another added bonus to this. Not just something to be your volume bonus, but you've hit it in that time scale of what the company has put out. Don't worry if you don't hit it. We can still go forward. But in the first 30 to 60 days, it's in your pace just to go and get your 10 customers. The sooner you crack these, the sooner you see the belief and the confidence flow in what you're doing. The career ladder with Zinzino is just it's just amazing. Now, I'm not going to leave a lot on to say a lot on this slide at the moment, but you can see the different rankings. And I would say to each and every one of you now, I'm going to leave this up, and I want you to think of this. Your time is precious. What's the income for you guys, the new ones, for you to take this seriously? So when you allocate your time, you engage, you follow the steps, you do the training, you come out your comfort zone. What is the block on there to you to say, I'm going to start it now? Well, I'm focused, because what is that going to mean for you? So as we start coming to the end of today, I really want to make sure that we're engaged with the team. In my previous companies, I've seen it where the team breaks away and they start training different things. And then when it's for me to come and try and help them, they've been taught something different. So duplication is so important. Engage with the team, whether it's a text, whether it's a message, whether it's going through them steps, what I've said, the back office training, whether you're going through the link tree and looking at them videos, whether it's texting Dave or texting Sue Booth and finding out things and asking the questions. That's engagement. You're engaging with the team. Please keep it simple. Keep it simple. I'll repeat it again. I'm going to repeat it again. Please keep it simple. It's already there. It's a business in a box. But we're trying to do our long landing pages. We're trying to write the script. I'm learning this first, and I'm going to do this. And it's only there for us. Let's get the first 30 to 60 days out of the way. Because within the first 30 to 60 days, we're learning and we're earning. Plug into the trainings, the meetings. It's so important that we see you on there. And because if you bring a sponsor on there, onto one of the, whether it's a face-to-face meeting presentation or on a screen presentation, Zoom presentation, it's nice because numbers on there gives confidence for people when you come in on as well. And don't be scared to ask questions. We have to ask questions in this business. And sometimes we think it's silly to ask questions. We have to ask. That's how we learn and get out of our comfort zone. Plan your week, plan your month, plan your year. Remember what I said at the beginning of this? Where are you at the moment? What days are you going to do your weekly planning? And if you're planning for August, like Dave mentioned to one or two beforehand, if you're planning for August, you should be aligning to it now. I plan my serious plan for August the 3rd week of each month. The 3rd week of the month, I'm planning for the following month. Get yourself in a pattern. Don't just roll with the flow of what's going on in the business. Plan ahead, because at the end of the day, it's your business. Planning is important. Enlarge your comfort zone. It's, you know, I was always a little bit apprehensive doing presentations online. I mean, especially when sometimes there's 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 100 people on there. Oh God, have I said this wrong? But the more you do it, the more it becomes comfortable. And it's like everything else. The mindset trainings as well. A lot of the business is here. A lot of here is on our heads. We need to be focused. What books are you reading? Who are you socializing yourself with? Who's your we need to have some kind of mentor-ish person you're actually having a chat with. And like I said down there, enlarge your tribe. Your tribe is your vibe. Because if the people around you are positive, and they are positive, you're going to feed off them. You're going to feed off their ideas. That helps with enlightening the getting started training. I would download, like I said, the getting started training and try it with your team. try it with yourself, because after a while, you'll do the training yourself. You'll do this, what I'm doing. I know Scott does it. I know Ian does it. I know Dave does it. Again, on top of not just a Saturday morning. We have to keep learning. But most of all, I've got to say this. Let's be you. Just be you. You're not a Marco Passanento. You're not a Dave Ives. You're not a Sue Booth and Nigel Booth. And all these guys who know how to do presentations and feel comfortable. These, I hope they won't mind me saying it, but these guys have been around the block. They know what they're doing. They feel comfortable because they've come out of their comfort zone and they're always learning. Listen, it's actually been an absolute pleasure doing this training. I would break it down even more of go, get the recording, pull the scripts down, get into that back book, tick the boxes that what you don't know and go and get them asked. Look at the things that you do know and portray them, and I say portray them, and really help to grow them. And the things that you're stuck on, get found out now. Not in 2 or 3 months' time when you're building your team, because they're going to be asking you questions. So the things that you don't know now, just make a couple of notes. Go to your upline. Is it possible I can have an hour with you? Is it possible I can have 40 minutes with you? Because you have to manage upwards as well, because they're busy, you're busy, but they're willing to help you all the time. So be you. Again, it's been an absolute pleasure doing this training this morning. And I really want you guys to fulfill the things you want. And the only way you're going to do that, let's take one step at a time. Let's link arms. Let's help each other. And let's build a fantastic Zinzino business. Because I want each and every one of you, I can see all your faces, to be successful. And the only way you're going to be successful is take that step of learning the basics within Zinzino first. My name is Fitz Spencer. I'm a director for Zinzino, and it's been an absolute pleasure. Have a fantastic day, everyone. Thank you.